Welcome to Biology Beginners. Today we are going to discuss about the chapter Strategies for Enhancement in Food Production, that is plant breeding. India is mainly an agriculture country. Agriculture accounts for approximately 33% of India's GDP and employs nearly 62% of the population. After India's independence, one of the main challenges facing the country was that of producing enough food for the increasing population. As only limited land is fit for cultivation, India has to strive to increase yields per unit area from existing farmland. Traditional farming can only yield a limited biomass as food for humans and animals. Better management practicals and increase in the acreage can increase yield, but only to a limited extent. Plant breeding as a technology have helped increase yields to a very large extent. The development of several yield-yielding varieties of wheat and rice in the mid-1960s as a result of various plant breeding techniques led to dramatic increase in food production in our country. This phase is often referred to as Green Revolution. Next, Green Revolution was independent to a large extent on plant breeding techniques for development of high-yielding and decrease-resistant varieties in wheat, rice, maize, etc. What is plant breeding? Plant breeding is the purposeful manipulation of a plant species in order to create desired plant types that are better suitable for cultivation, give better yield and are disease resistant. Conventional plant breeding has been practiced for thousands of years since the beginning of the human civilization. Recorded evidence of plant breeding dates back to 9,000 to 11,000 years ago. Next, classical plant breeding involves crossing or hybridization of pure line followed by artificial selection to produce plants with desirable traits. The traits or characters that the breeders have tried to incorporate into crop plants are increased crop yield and improved quality, increased tolerance to environmental stresses, resistant to pathogens, increased tolerance to insect pests. Next, plant breeding program are carried out in a systematic way worldwide in a government institution and commercial companies. The main steps in breeding a new genetic variety of a crop by selection and hybridization or collection of variability. Genetic variability is the root of any breeding technique program. In plant breeding, collection of variability is done by collection of plant varieties. It consists of cultivated improved varieties that are no more cultivated, old local or desi varieties produced by plant breeders, and next wild species related to the crop species. The entire collection of plants or seeds having all the diverse alleles for all genes in a given crop is known as germplasm collection. Next, significance of germplasm of wild species. It is very important to conserve wild species of plants as they are highly resistant to insects, pests, diseases and unfavorable growth conditions. These are necessary for survival of plants. The loss of wild plants will reduce the genetic variability and will be a great loss to gene pool. Next, evaluation and selection of parents. The germplasm is evaluated so as to identify plants with a desirable combination of characters. The selected plants are multiplied and used in the process of hybridization. Pure lines are created, whereas desirable and possible. Cross hybridization among the selected parents. The desired characters have very often to be combined from two different plants. For example, high protein quality of one parent may need to be combined with a disease resistant from another parent. This is possible by cross-hybridizing the two parents to produce hybrid that genetically combine the desired characters in one plant. This is a very time-consuming and tedious process since the pollen grains from the desirable plant chosen as a male parent have to be collected and placed on the stigma of the flower selected as a female parent. Also, it is not necessary that the hybrids do combine the desirable characters. Usually, only one in few hundreds to 1,000 crosses shows the desirable combination. Selection and testing of a superior recombinants. This step consists of selecting among the progeny of the hybrids those plants that have the desired characters combination. The selection process is crucial and the success of the breeding objective and requires careful scientific evaluation of the progeny. This step yields plants that are superior to both the parents. Very often, more than one superior progeny plant may become available. These are self-pollinated for several generations till they reach a stage of uniform, that is homozygosity, so that the characters will not segregate in the progeny. Testing, release, and commercialization of new cultivators. The newly selected lines are evaluated for their yield and other agronomic traits of quality, disease resistance, etc. This evaluation is done by growing these in the research fields and recording their performance under ideal fertilizer application, irrigation, and next other crop management practices. The evaluation in research fields is allowed by testing the materials in farmers' field for at least 3 growing seasons at several locations in the country, representing all the agroclimate zone where the crop is usually grown. The material is evaluated in comparison to the best available local crop cultivator, a check or reference cultivator. In India, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, that is in New Delhi, carries out the evaluation. Ultimately, a new pureland population or hybrid that is superior to the existing varieties as well as to other new material may be released as new variety. Mutation breeding. Use of induced mutation in plant breeding to develop improved varieties. Induced mutations are useful in specific situations when the desired alleles are absent in the germplasm. Many important varieties in different different crop plants have been produced by mutation breeding. In wheat, Sharbati Sonora and Pusa Lerma are two different varieties of wheat produced by gamma rays treatment of Sonora 64 or Lerma Roja, that is Mexican dwarf wheat varieties. Sharbati Sonora is a amber grain colored variety of wheat produced by Dr. Swaminathan and is responsible for green revolution in India. Next, in rice, about 45 varieties up to 1992 have been produced by mutation breeding. Example, Remel and Atomita 2 in mung bean and resistant to yellow mosaic viruses and powdery mildew were induced by mutation. Next, mutation breeding has some important limitations. Most of the mutations are recessive. Mutation rate is extremely low. Most of the induced mutations are invaluable to the breeders and many of them are lethal. Stability of a mutant is sometimes doubtful as some mutants have tendency to revert back to original type. Application of plant breeding. Plant breeding for improvement of yield. Improvement in wheat. Prior to green revolution, a dwarfing gene of wheat named Norin 10 was noted in Japan and picked up by the American plant breeder. Next, Borlaug developed many dwarf wheat plants like Sonora 64 and Lerma Roja 64. Next. In 1963, two Mexican wheat varieties, that is Sonora 64 and Lerma Roja 64, and a Japanese variety Norin 10 were introduced in India. But these varieties could not adapt to Indian conditions. They were subjected to mutation and selections at Indian Agriculture Research Institute at New Delhi under the direction of Swaminathan. Next, Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, he is a pioneer in mutation breeding. He has produced Sharbati Sonora variety of a wheat by mutation, which is responsible for green revolution in India. He is known as the father of green revolution in India. In 1963, several varieties such as Sonalika and Kalyan Sona, which were high yielding and disease resistant, were introduced all over the wheat growing belt of India. During the period 1960 to 2000, wheat production increased from 11 million tons to the 75 million tons. Improvement in rice. Dwarfism gene, that is Digovogen, was noticed in Taiwan. This gene produced many improved varieties in rice. This gene was picked up by IRRI, International Rice Research Institute, Manila and Philips, and incorporated to produce high-yielding, early maturing IR8 and IR28 varieties. Gaurav Kush and his team crossed 13 varieties of rice from 6 countries and wild rice Oriza Naivara from India to develop IR36 varieties of rice. IR36 varieties of rice is resistant of grassy stunt virus. IR36 is the high yielding variety of rice and has solved major food problems in Asia. Later, better yielding semi-dwarf varieties Jaya and Ratna were developed in India. During the period 1960 to 2000, rice production increased from 35 million tons to 89.5 million tons. Improvement in sugarcane, that is Saccharum barberry, was originally grown in North India but had proved sugar content and yield. Tropical canes grown in South India, that is Saccharum officinarum, held thicker stems and higher sugar content but did not grow well in North India. These two species were successfully crossed to get a sugarcane variety combining the desirable qualities of high yield, thick stem, high sugar and ability to grow in the sugarcane areas of North India. Next, millets. Hybrid maize, jowar and bajra have been successfully developed in India. Hybrid breeding have led to the development of several high-yielding varieties resistant to water stress. Plant breeding for disease resistance. A wide range of fungal, bacterial and a vital pathogen affect the yield of a cultivated crop species, especially in the tropical climates. Crop losses can often be significant, up to 20 to 30% or sometimes even total. In this situation, breeding and development of cultivators resistant to disease enhances food production. Some of the diseases caused by fungi or rust, example, brown rust of wheat, red rot of sugarcane and lead blight of potato. By bacteria, black rot of crucifers. By viruses, tobacco mosaic turnip viruses. Some crop varieties bred by hybridization and selection for disease resistant to fungi, bacteria and viral diseases are released. Table. This is the crops, varieties and resistance to diseases. It is very important. You can take a screenshot of it. And next, several wild relatives of different cultivated species of plants have been shown to have certain resistant characters but have very low yield. Hence, there is a need to introduce the resistance gene into high-yielding cultivated varieties resistant to yellow mosaic viruses in Bhindi, that is Abelmoceus esculenthus was transformed from a wild species and resulted in a new variety of esculenthus called Parbhani Kranti. Plant breeding for developing resistant to insect pest. Another major cause for large scale destruction of crop plants and crop produce is insect and pest infestation. Insect resistant in host crop plants may be due to morphological, biochemical or physiological characteristics. Hairy leaves in several plants are associated with resistance to insect pests. Example, resistant to jussis in cotton and cereal leaves beetle in wheat. In wheat, solid stems lead to non-preferable by the stems safflower and smooth-leafed and nectarless cotton varieties do not attract bollworms. High aspartic acid, low nitrogen and sugar content in maize leads to resistance to maize stem borers. Some released crop varieties bred by hybridization and selection for insect pest resistance are given in table. This is the table, that is the crop and next variety insect pest. You can take a screenshot of it. Next, plant breeding for improved food quality. More than 840 million people in the world do not have adequate food to meet their daily food and nutritional requirements. A far greater number, 3 billion people, suffer from micronutrients, proteins and vitamins deficiencies or hidden hunger because they cannot afford to buy enough fruits, vegetables, legumes, fish and meat. Diets lacking essential micronutrients, partially iron, vitamin A and iodine and zinc increases the risk for diseases, reduces lifespan and reduces metabolic abilities. Biofortification. Breeding crops with higher level of vitamins and minerals or higher proteins and healthier fats is the most practical means to improve public health. Breeding for improved nutritional quality is undertaken with the objectives of improving protein content and quality, oil content and quality, vitamin content and micronutrient and mineral content. In 2000, maize hybrids had twice the amount of the amino acids leucine and tryptophan compared to the existing maize hybrids were developed. Wheat variety Atlas 66 have a high protein content has been used as a donor for improving cultivated wheat. It has been possible to develop an iron fortified rice variety containing over 5 times as much iron as in commonly consumed varieties. The Indian Agriculture Research Institute, New Delhi, has also released several vegetable crops that are rich in vitamins and minerals. Vitamin A is enriched carrot, spinach and pumpkin. Vitamin C enriched bitter gourd, batua and mustard and tomato. Iron and calcium enriched spinach and batua. And protein enriched beans, broad, lab and French and garden peas. Plant tissue cultivation. This is one of the latest and most promising method of crop improvement in such plants, where all other conventional methods of breeding fail. Tissue culture technique is based on totipotent nature of plant cell. Plant tissue culture is the technique of maintaining and growing plant cells, tissues and organs in a sterilized culture medium under controlled aseptic conditions. Explant. Plant part that is excised from its original location and used for initiating a culture. It may be root, tip, shoot, And third, embryo ovule, normally undetermined cell of a plant or used as explant. Next, surface sterilization, the process of treatment of an explant with a specific antimicrobial chemicals like sodium hypochlorite, H2O2, bromide water, C2H5OH, etc. The vessels, media and instruments are also sterilized by treating them with a steam, dry heat or alcohol. Culture medium or nutrient medium which provides nutrients to explants and which is required for normal growth and development of explants. Standard culture medium contains inorganic salts, vitamins, sucrose as a source of energy and carbon, growth factors like 2,4-D, cytokinins, BAP, benzyl aminopurine, and growth regulators are required for cell division and organogenesis in explants. Next, Murashige's and Skoog's culture medium, most commonly used culture medium. Callus by culturing explant in culture medium and undifferentiated mass of cells is obtained, which is known as a callus. Types of cultures, that is callus cultures and suspension cultures, meristem cultures, embryo culture, anther culture, protoplast culture. Callus and suspension culture. Callus culture. In callus culture, when an explant is placed on a medium gel with agar, many of the cells become meristematic and begin to divide and giving rise to the callus in 2 to 3 weeks. The agar medium contain both type of growth regulators, auxins like 2,4-D and cytokinin like BAP. Suspension culture. In case of suspension culture, a single cell or a small group of cells is placed on liquid medium. The medium normally contains the auxin 2,4-D. These cells divide and form small groups of cells. The suspension culture are continuously agitated to break the cell mass into a smaller clumps and single cells, and also maintain uniform distribution of cells and cell clumps in the medium. It also allows gaseous exchange. Suspension cultures grow much faster than callus culture. Suspension culture can be maintained in either of the following two forms: batch culture and continuous culture. Batch culture or initiate as a single cells in a flask and are propagated by transforming regularly small groups of suspensions to a fresh medium. Continuous cultures are maintained in a steady state for a long period by draining out the used medium and adding from new medium. Formation of a planktons. Gottlieb Haberlands was first one who grew isolated leaf cells by plant tissue culture. Totipotent, the ability of a plant cell to regenerate into a complete plantlet. Regeneration can be described as the development of specific structures like root, stem and somatic embryo from cultured cell. Next, shoot and root formation, the two important components of a plant or root and a stem. The regeneration of a root and stem is controlled by two types of growth regulators. The auxins like NAA, naphthalene acetic acid, promotes root regeneration, whereas cytokinins like BAP promotes shoot regeneration. Callus cultures first keep on medium containing BAP, which initiates shoot formation from the callus. When shoots become 2 to 3 centimeters long, the culture is transferred to a medium containing auxin. Roots develop from the lower ends of the shoot and develop into a young plant called plantlet. Somatic embryo regeneration. Somatic embryo or embryoids are non-zygotic embryo-like structures that develop in vitro culture from somatic cells. The medium having ammonia nitrate and auxin flavor induces their differentiation. Mature somatic embryo germinate to yield complete plantlet. Meristem culture can be used for rapid clonal multiplication, production of a virus-free plants, conservation of germplasm, and production of a transgenic plants. Embryo culture. Application of embryo culture method to prevent the abortion of the interspecific hybrid embryo is called embryo rescue. Excision of a young embryo from developing seeds and their cultivation on a nutrient medium is called embryo culture. Aim of a embryo culture is to allow to young embryo to develop into complete seedling and overcoming hybridization barriers. Application. In some interspecific processes, the endosperm of a developing hybrid seeds degenerate very early, so young hybrid embryo which gets devoid of nutrition also dies. In such cases, the young hybrid embryo is excited and cultured in vitro to obtain hybrid seedlings. Seeds of some plants like orchid lack stored food. In such cases, embryo culture allows a seedling development from the embryos. Development from the embryos. This method is also used for rapid clonal propagation in orchid. In some species, seeds may remain dormant due to inhibitors present in the endosperm or seed coat. Embryo culture in such cases allows embryo development by eliminating the inhibitors responsible for dormancy. Next, Anther culture and haploid production. Anther culture is also known as a pollen grain culture or androgenic haploid culture. When anthers of a plant species are cultured on a suitable medium, then haploid plants are produced. This method is called anther culture. This technique was first used in India to produce haploid plants of Datura inoxia by Guha and Maheshwari. Sometimes diploid plants are also formed among haploid plants. Source of these diploid plants is anther wall. In anther culture, there can be two situations. Nucleus within a pollen grain may continue to divide and give rise to a pollen embryo, or continued division in a pollen produces a callus which then regenerates shoot. Haploid can also be produced by culturing unfertilized ovules. Androgenic haploid plants have some variations which are called gametoclonal variation. Haploid plants are very useful in plants breeding because they have single set of a chromosome, so even a very small change or mutation can be detected in haploids. These haploids are used to produce homozygous diploids by colchicine treatment, and these homozygous diploids are used as parent in crossing. Use of haploids in producing pure lines has reduced the period required for developing new varieties from 10 years to 5 years. Protoplast culture. Somatic hybrid, a hybrid produced by fusion of somatic cells of two species or varieties. The process of production of somatic hybrid is somatic hybridization. Protoplast less plant cell is called protoplast. Next, steps of somatic hybridization: removal of cell wall, that is second method. And next, two methods: removal of cell wall by two methods. Mechanical method, that is old method, that is by plant tissue to plasmolysis solution to cut from a sharp knife, and deplasmolysis solution to protoplast. And enzymatic method is new method discovered by cooking. In this method, cell wall is digested by using peptinase and cellulose enzyme. Fusion between protoplast of two different species or fused together. Substances which induces the fusion of protoplast is called fusogen or fusogenic agent. Next, fusogenic substances and condition by treating of NaNO3, by treating of Ca plus 2 calcium plus 2 ions at high pH, by treatment of polyethylene glycol by high voltage electric shock. Culture of the fused protoplast. Product of the fused protoplast of two different species is called heterokaryon. Heterokaryon are mainly used in tissue culture. When the fused protoplast are cultured on a suitable medium, they regenerate cell walls and begins to divide ultimately produce plantlets. Importance of somatic hybridization: it allows the production of a hybrid between different lines and species that cannot be produced normally by sexual reproduction. Example: rice and a carrot. Pomoto is a somatic hybrid between potato and a tomato. Bromato is a brinjal and a tomato. Use of somatic hybrid for gene transfer of cytoplasm, production of useful allopolyploids. Special point: somatic hybridization is also called parasexual hybridization. First somatic hybrids was obtained between two species of tobacco, Nicotiana glusa and Langdorfit by Carlson. Next, cybrid. Cybrid process a nuclear genome from only one parent but cytoplasmic genes from both parents. The process of protoplasm fusion resulting in the development of a cybrid is known as a cybridization or cytoplasmic hybrid. Application of plantlets produced by plant tissue culture. Rapid clonal propagation of superior lines. Example: oil palm. Next, clone. Group of individuals or cells derived from a single individual or cells by asexual reproduction. Multiplication of genetically identified copies of, say, cultivar by asexual reproduction is called clonal propagation or cloning or micropropagation. All the cells in the culture are derived from a single explant by mitotic division, so all plantlets regenerate from a culture generally have the same genotype and consist a clone. These plantlets can be used for rapid clonal propagation of superior lines like oil palm. The two common types of micropropagations are multiple shooted propagation, somatic embryogenesis. Somoclonal variation. Genetic variations present among plants regenerated from tissue culture have been termed as a somoclonal variation. These variations originated by minor chromosomal aberrations by gene mutation. The variation which are stable and have agronomic characters like resistance to diseases and pests, stress to tolerance and early maturation, better yields are useful only to produce transgenic plants. Next one is to produce transgenic plants. These are the steps, that is in application of plantlets produced by plant tissue culture. And this is the information about the this is all the information about the strategies for enhancement in food production. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.